everybody, my survivors. First off, y'all know I'm sorry. I've been taking a break. So just wanted to come on here and talk to you guys about just a couple things because tomorrow is going to be a day where I am going to go live. So Mayor Christopher Clark is having a meeting tomorrow in Harvey. And you guys know me, know how I'm coming. So I just wanted to give you guys an update on a couple things and just give you my opinions, right? Because this is just how I, Vivian Allen, currently view things, right? With just a little bit of petty on top, but whatever. So today I want to talk to you guys about, so in Harvey, they had a Halsted Bridge fix. It was definitely a good photo op, right? Another ribbon cutting was another PR stunt. We need to figure that one out, right? So then we'll talk about the net zero hub. There's just so many questions behind that hub. There's so many questions behind that hub, starting with who's running it and like, where's the budget for that hub? How's it going to operate? Let's talk about that. And then last, Dame Dash versus Roland Martin. And why Roland Martin might be, I just made this video because I just want to talk about this in particular as well. But why you might be like the biggest hypocrite in the room, right? Because I'll play a video for y'all. I just want y'all to give me y'all honest opinion, right? And yes, again, like I said, I'll be live streaming at the meeting tomorrow about 6-ish, like always. So let's get into it. So, the Halsted Street Bridge, that project, it's about a $1.7 million repair project, right? They say it's part of Build Up Cook. I'm still looking up Build Up Cook, right? Because I'm trying to see what all that encompasses. I've read a little bit up on it, but I still have more research to do. So, does that sound good to y'all? Okay. So here's the thing. Now, I just want y'all to know that Harvey has brown water. They have shutoffs. They have hydrants that don't work. And then you want the residents to get excited about this ribbon cutting. No. Because the questions behind that, like, let's be honest, we see how things are going. We see that there is no financials. So with that being said, like, where is the maintenance report? What scheduled maintenance repairs are you doing for the problems that already is plaguing the city? Where are the inspection reports? Who is publishing them? And when are they publishing them? Because the truth is, this is just my opinion on the truth. Harvey has been used a lot. I've been looking at a lot of their little opportunities to announce and bounce, right? That's just like the thing that they're doing. We're announcing, we're bouncing, announcing and bouncing. They bounce and announce. Hey, no, just like, but I'm serious though. So they announced the project. They be cutting the ribbons. They smile for the cameras. Then they just bounce way before any of the receipts drop. We need to follow these next two projects, like really. So my question to the mayor is simply like, stop telling us dates. Don't tell us soon. Tell us when. Like, give us an exact date, right? Like, don't say soon as coming, upcoming. Oh, like, is it January of 2026? Is it March of 2027? Like, if this is our tax money, because even grant money is tax money, right? So it's not coming directly from Harvey residents, but it is coming from Harvey residents because it's grant funded by Illinois. So it's all of our tax money, right? So we deserve to know when the last inspection was done. And when is the next one? Like, just let us know that, okay? And then let's talk about, y'all, this net zero hub. The address is 168 West 154th Street. This hub has partnerships with NICOR and Will Davis, which is one of our elected officials. And they are calling it innovation, sustainability, collaboration, which are very good action words to describe this project, right? But let me ask this, and I'm just going, he's very fucking serious, right? How do you reimagine Harvey with all of the bricks and paint alone? Like, how are you reimagining this with just bricks and paint? Because I don't get how you are saying that you're going to put Wi-Fi in the building. You're going to put bright lights around it. You slap the ribbon on it, on the door. But when can the residents come and use that space? When can they show up? Who's staffing it? It should be staffed. And what are the hours of operation? And if there's no staff, then do they have a programming calendar for it? Like, do you have a calendar of days on local things that the community can be involved with? How do they use the Wi-Fi? Do they just go up and they just click Wi-Fi working? So are you like paying Wi-Fi or internet bills for the people on that block? Like, how does that work? Is that favoritism? I don't know. But it's just another like building with like better curtains. It's surrounded by a lot of vacant buildings. So I'm just confused to see how this is going to go. So my question to the administration, especially the ones that was present at the ribbon cutting, is who got them keys? Like, who gonna be unlocking it, locking it? What are the hours? Like, exact hours. Don't tell us about, the dream of what y'all trying to do about it. Tell us about how it's going to operate. What's the structure for it? What programs are you going to have out of there? Who's going to teach the programs? How many people does it actually hold? The building looks kind of small. I was kind of concerned that nobody went inside. I thought at the ribbon cutting, you guys were going to actually walk in there and show us how huge it is to do all these community events. So very interested to know how big that actual hub is. Because if it's like something where for that ward, they're able to go in there and do certain things like a community center or like just like a room that they can rent out, that's a good idea. If it's that what you guys are offering. So I would really love to know the dream, right? And how it's going to operate. Facts on how it's going to operate, not just vision, facts. And while we're at it, let's see that operating budget. Who the hell is going to pay the light bills on that motherfucker? Because y'all got lights everywhere, right? So is that on our taxpayers? Who's funding the staff salaries? Is that on the taxpayers? Because the hub without staff is just another building, photo opportunity. So how are we doing this? And we need some accountability on how this is going to operate. I hope tomorrow at the meeting that we get a clear understanding of all of the questions that I asked, because this is very enlightening to me. Just want to know. Let me talk about one last thing, y'all. Before I get to talking about this, let me just gonna pause this. Y'all probably like, why does she got this video up? What is she doing? Why isn't it playing? So I want to play this video to you guys. I just want you guys to listen in on a couple things and just follow along with me while we're talking. So I'm gonna press play.
Y'all know I can't stand bad journalism. Y'all know I've called out other Black-owned and Black-targeted media
This is
for
fair
doing
use.
a horrible job.
Very educational.
We can add Vibe magazine, and I don't even know what the hell Vibe. I don't know, but it ain't Black-owned. I don't know if it's Black-targeted. I have no idea what the hell it is. But I can say this here. What they are reporting now is really shameful. So this was yesterday on the Breakfast Club when Dame Dash was on the air, and he said this.
So every time I was launching something with my family office, he sent a letter saying that, I'd owe the money, but it was my family office, but it muddies the waters. So if you have a contract, especially you working here, and somebody sent a bum letter, as soon as it's a lawyer, it shuts down. It muddies the waters. And I was about to make some major announcements. You want to hear one?
Sure.
I'm now the chairman of Revolt right now. And I also I have 15.
You don't deserve to be the chairman.
I got you. So I'm now the chairman of Revolt with a pathway.
Again,
You see, because
Now, I watched this
I want you to
yesterday, y'all.
acknowledge that. So I'm now Cam's boss, the chairman of Revolt with a pathway to acquisition. I've been trying to buy
Now,
Revolt.
how do we know this not Cam?
Now, what he did say, and what I heard was, and I'm just going to play devil's advocate. To his defense, he said, with a pathway. So he didn't say he was completely in that seat yet. He sounded confident about getting that role, but in my opinion, it looked like he's in talks of it. But I don't think that the ink is dry and he ain't signed a contract yet. So let's just pay attention. So I'm going to rewind it just a little bit.
So I'm now the chairman of Revolt with a pathway.
Again,
You see, because he wants to trigger me, and I want you to acknowledge that. So I'm now Cam's boss, the chairman of Revolt with a pathway to
That pathway twice.
acquisition. I've been trying to buy
Now, how do we
Revolt.
know this not Cam? I can't see this on deadline.
Can you stop yelling? Can you stop interrupting me, please? So Deadline didn't make the announcement for this particular situation. They didn't want to. I had an announcement I was going to make with BT, but Paramount stepped in and they said do it later. And they didn't want to be a part of this mess. But it will be in something. This gets played tomorrow, so the announcement will be in the trades tomorrow. Mm-hmm. So I've been trying to buy Revolt. And
trying to buy.
I also just did a 25 episode deal for my podcast for Bosses Take Losses. Mm-hmm.
Major content
and I'm
creator.
putting all my content on Revolt.
He does.
Yes. So that I can see how to monetize. I have to put together a certain kind of a plan for acquisition. So in the next 30 days, I'm going to just be a real chairman and play all these movies. And then I'm going to, hopefully I'll stay the chairman, but I got to go make movies.
Somebody would say how would you buy Revolt?
Why wouldn't you say congratulations?
We did say congratulations.
Oh, you don't seem excited.
Dope, congratulations.
You have to understand something.
I'm waiting for it to come out of deadline.
Let me finish.
I'll really be like, yo, did I repost it?
Right.
But somebody would say, well,
now you're going to be the Mr. Research, but you asking me why 50 Cent, but you guys got fooled. Wait, let me finish. Real quick.
So now Roland is about to get on here and speak. And just listen to what he said. Now, mind you, if I'm listening to the word salad that Dame Dash is tossing out, because I've listened to other people, especially in content, that give out word salad and say things that's misleading and false, he's really saying that, I am at the table. I'm talking about it. I ain't just there yet. But then he's like, yeah, it's going to release tomorrow, but it ain't released today. So that part is up in the air. But it's probably factual that he is having those talks. However, he did come on here very humble. I mean, not humble, but bragging rights, right? So, you have to make sure that the paperwork is signed because people will clown you if you say things that is not verifiable. But let's listen to what Roland had to say.
Okay, so here's the issue that I have here. Okay, so he goes on and says that he's a chair. Vibe publishes it. Does Vibe call Revolt? Nope. Does Vibe confirm the story with Revolt?
No,
Nope.
they didn't.
Vibe still has the story up.
They do. When I saw this, they did.
Even though Detavio Samuels, who is the Revolt CEO, literally says.
Now, my question number one is that I feel like this is a very well planned out topic that people are taking on the internet and getting clicks and views on it, because is Dame Dash lying or is Dame Dash telling the truth? Who knows? It's funny that this shit is the topic, because I watched the interview yesterday and I watched one with him and Cardi B on the Breakfast Club. Yesterday I was in the house, the rain was raining, and I'm just sitting down, just getting my Breakfast Club on, because I was like, I got to clear my head. And like, even with me watching the Breakfast Club, when Cardi B was speaking facts about things that she was going through with the cyber harassment, and how you can't not respond all the time, especially when people bring your kids into it. Man, y'all know that was a skit recently published last weekend with me and my daughter, with somebody playing the role of both of us, which was out of line. Why are you mimicking my child? I don't care if she is of age. Why are you still mimicking her? That was just like a step in hell where you went with that. Like, why are you even caring? If you really just stopped talking, then all of this shit would have went away a long time ago. Anyway, I say that to say that this shit right here and how this stuff is being spread out to other news outlets, that's how cyber harassment starts. Just telling y'all, that's how it starts. I already see the warning signs right fucking now. But let's keep watching.
Literally says, nah, he ain't got nothing to do with this. He's the chairman.
He could have misspoke.
He said that. Now, y'all, again, I don't give a damn what Dame Dash is doing. I don't care. Okay, I don't care. Revolt, they got their business as well. But here's my problem.
What's your problem?
My problem is,
what?
How do you call yourself a media entity when you can't even pick the phone up to confirm a story? See, I got a problem with Black-owned or Black-targeted media.
Now, mind you, he has a problem with people not verifying the story, correct? I just want to make sure we're following this narrative that he's spewing out, because that's what he have a problem with. People saying things that are not factual, putting things out into the internet that is hard to come back from, especially when it's not true. So when you put something out there that's not true, and when it goes viral and it's in thousands of people's homes, that's dangerous. You know why that's dangerous? It's dangerous because people are believing it, especially when they're seeing it repeatedly over and over and over and over again. So even if there's no ring of truth to it, people are going to say, well, I don't know. It's something to that. It's something to that. Why? Because it's been going on for over a year. That's why it's something to it. Because the talks have not stopped. That's why it's something to it. So again, this type of targeted outplay, I'm seeing it right now. They finna get Dame. Dame done fucked around, and he gonna find out that he better have that contract ready with Revolt and better be the chairman. Because if not, they on his ass. Let's continue to watch.
Doing awful journalism. I have a problem with that as an individual, as a journalist, but also as NABJ, National Association of Black Journalists, Vice President Digital. See, I believe that we have an obligation when talking to our audience to tell the truth.
Do we?
I got a problem
Really?
when we have folk who are supposedly.
Now, he said folk. He really just talking to that one journalist who wrote the story, and their editor, whoever is in charge of actually printing that story, sent it through without making sure that the confirmations were in there. But you'll see how he wrote the story. The story was 50-50 true. You know how they word salad stories. It's a word salad edition. But let's continue.
Doing this, and you can't even pick up. Now understand this here. Now go to my iPad. I want to show. I'm gonna walk y'all through something. Dash will remain chairman for 1 month, effective immediately. I've written business stories. In fact, when I was writing, when BET was sold, I was one of the folks who was on top of that and wrote stories for Deadline.
Now, remember, he said he was on the path. So he did you a little word salad twist. So he could come back and just say, I meant that I'm in the process starting, because I'm going to show you the structure on how to become the chairperson. But let's finish.
Land.com on that whole deal. How you chairman for a month? So if you're a reporter and you hear that, and you're an editor, you hear that, you first go, hold up, this story's not making any sense.
Are you mad because the story got out?
So I love this here. So Vibe, go to my iPad. Vibe writes this original story. Damon Dash has been named chairman of Revolt, blah, blah, blah. On Tuesday, the 54-year-old and the network announced the news of the appointment. Interesting.
Which is effective immediately.
Interesting. Do y'all see an announcement in here? It says all these things are going to be doing, everything like that. He's going to be doing all paid in full. Okay, all those things. Okay, I got it. All right.
Does have content on that platform.
Now, the Revolt CEO talked about a content partnership, y'all.
That's
is
true.
not chair of the company. Now,
That's
this
true.
is what's stupid to me. Look at this last quote, last comment. Vibe has reached out to Revolt for comment. Okay, this is when you know your story is.
Okay, so now he's going to give his opinion on how Vibe effed up this little journalistic interview or paper assignment, and what his opinion is about it.
Shit.
Okay.
Okay.
Say that again.
Let me give y'all some basic journalism.
Thank you. Give it to us.
See the bottom? Go back. Vibe has reached out to Revolt for comment. That's the last paragraph. But earlier in the same story,
They did say what they said. They did a word salad too.
it said,
They did.
this is the second paragraph. On Tuesday, the 54-year-old and the network announced news of the appointment. So, Bob, y'all ran a story as an exclusive, and you didn't talk to the people with the exclusive, but then you say you reached out for comment at the bottom of your story.
I kind of pray that Dame Dash gets to that structure of leadership that he is striving for, so all of this can be laid to rest. Now, he mad because Dame Dash is saying that he is in a position of leadership that he is not in, which, don't go around saying things that you're not, that's not verifiable, because people will be able to prove it. And right now, it is proven that you are not currently signed into that role. I don't know what your position or your path to that role is. But right now, it's just showing that you have not officially locked in the sign. You might be signing right now. Who knows? And then you might be in that role. We don't even understand what the fuck is going on. Who knows? But kudos to you. And I pray that you do get in that role so you can show everybody, hey, I'm doing what's right. Now, another thing about this video, and I'm just going to say this real quick before I go to the other one. He did talk about, they kept calling him broke, but he did explain that, hey, you can call me broke, but I take care of my family. All my kids got houses and cars, and the mother of my children have their own 2 and 3 properties, businesses, everything. So everything I have is paid for. Yes, he said he filed bankruptcy. Shit, so did I. I just filed. So kudos to you, dang. I filed Chapter 7 too. Fuck all that shit. You right. Sometimes you just gotta drop the ball. Start over. Let that shit go. What my girl say? The hate in your heart stops the hair from growing on your head. Something like that. I gotta remember what she said. But just know that, dang, I'm rooting for you. Please make sure that you get to the top. I see your vision. A lot of people don't see other people's vision because they are stagnant and stuck. Like he told, that man told Charlamagne, I'm sorry, y'all, this is the funniest shit I've ever heard. He said, dude, I don't want to be you every day. You get up, you're in the box, you're in this stinky ass, musty ass room, clean this shit up. He said, y'all living like women up in here and this place is dirty. He told that man, you've gotten up for the last 15 years at 4 a.m. to come to this dirty ass place. But he was saying that to make a statement because they're trying to clown him by saying he's broke, and which that's fine, call him broke. But what he's telling you is that I don't live like I'm broke. That's a plus. If he has houses that has beautiful, nice views, and they are where he lives and has established residency, and he has a own family office, I don't call that broke. I call that established. That's an established man, a businessman with business sense. See, everybody wants to hate on others and what they have to do to get to where they're at. However, God has a plan for everybody. Wait your turn. Roland, this is your turn. So let me put something else on for y'all. Let me just remove this one. There we go. Stop screen share. Okay, so it's my last one. I just want to show y'all this. Let's talk about this one. Okay. Hold on. Wrong screen. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm blind. Share screen. Tiffany. Okay. Come on there. Okay.
About 3-4 times in every department, especially the food department.
Which numbers are up? What number?
The numbers. So for instance, I'll give you an example. So our food pantry, we used to feed maybe 100, 150 people a day. We now feed 500 people a day.
They did.
So when people talk, they should go research the numbers of back then and then research my numbers and compare. I'm putting that together just so I can show the public, because now it's all about showing people that everybody been lying this entire time doing a smear campaign. So now I'm going to show them, and then now you judge, because y'all all judging, meaning people out there are judging off of hearsay, false allegations, and not facts. Get facts first.
What is
then make your judgment.
Take me through what took place with the change in pay for the Thornton position. What your critics say is you led an effort to cut the salary if you don't get reelected, but the salary stays the same if you are reelected.
And see, that's again what I mean by research and what I say the media and everybody doing the smear campaign. It's an ordinance already on the books. They didn't tell you that, right?
No, what's the ordinance?
The ordinance is on the books. My predecessor, he created that ordinance, and it's already there that if he was to run or not run, that the salary drops. It's already there.
Okay, so you're
Now, to be fair, as HR structure goes, your salary increases are solely based off of your performance, your value, and what type of skill sets that you bring to that position that differentiates you from others, right? So if we have her and her skill sets are not as broad as Frank Zuccarelli, then of course when the next election would have came, she would have bumped right back down to the starting pay because she's a new supervisor in that position, and her skill sets does not bring about the 30 years of experience that Frank Zuccarelli had. Now we all know that Napoleon Harris kept that salary and received an increase with it as well. Now, the storyline behind that, I don't know the story. I do know that it was voted on. So for him to get that increase, someone had to have conversations to say yes. So everybody is mad at NAPO, but nobody is saying anything about how people are voting, right? Same thing like Harvey, how they are voting. You have their 4 yes men. So no matter what, everything that Christopher Clark wants to do is going to get done. So everybody is looking around blaming other folks when y'all are not looking at the actual allegiance, the alliance that they have. So again, with Tiffany Henyard, she would have or should have dropped back down had she won that seat again because of how the pay structure goes. And it's only because I know that because I've hired leadership, I've hired CEOs, and I've had to use the pay. We have like an Excel sheet where we put their years of experience, what they've done in certain roles in the other organizations, the skill sets that they bring, if they have leadership roles, if they have certain certificates. A lot of stuff impacts how we hire people when they come with heavyweight. So again, back to this.
You're saying prior to you coming there, that was that his decision or was that the Thornton Township trustees' decision?
Well, it's them as a group because they have to vote on it. It's
right.
Ordinance form. So yes, it was everybody's decision.
So you're saying that predated you?
Yes, and it's there. I have the proof for it. Yes.
Okay, so the salary is currently what?
For myself, $224.
So when there's the next election, then if the current supervisor is not reelected, then it drops to what?
25.
Do you know what the rationale was for that?
Well, it was like I just stated, it was already on the books, but no one did the research. They went and did this whole story of, hey, Tiffany did.
It was not 25.
Now, don't get me wrong. We did cut the prior salary.
It was supposed to be like 50-something thousand, I believe, like 56 to 59 is what the starting salary for the Thornton Township supervisor role should start with. That 25 is what she cut in half because she didn't want the next predecessor that came in after her to make anything that was worth trying to keep that role. So basically she was trying to say if NAPO did want to go for that role, he gonna do it because he want to do it and not because of the pay, because he wouldn't get what she was making. So she wanted him to come in at the 25,000. But that's not how the stipulations on the payment structure that is according to the government works. So she can't come in there and change up their pay grades because she feels like the next person shouldn't make that much money.
It was 50K.
So, I'm sorry, cut what?
50,000. The ordinance that I'm talking about.
Right.
It was $50,000 that they created. Now we cut it in half. We did do that because everybody said we make too much money. So we did do that.
Okay, but it was cut from what, 224?
No, she did some dirty shit. Yeah, because the ordinance was what the fucking payment structure is supposed to be. And what she did was, since people were saying that she was stealing, making all that money, mind you, $25,000, the payment structure that she cut, she was giving that shit out in bonuses. if you see the pay raises that she gave out while she was still in that position, the amount of money that people were making under her leadership in their roles. But let's continue.
To 50?
No.
What I'm trying to say, what was 50?
The ordinance that they created,
Okay.
meaning the previous person before me. That's what they created before me. So it was $50,000. So no matter what or who ran against that person, it was already dropping to those numbers.
It was dropping from
whatever their salary was, which is the 224
to
$50,000.
Okay. And then when you came in.
Now, y'all hear her trying to re-explain it so she make herself seem like she's doing what she's supposed to do.
I dropped it to $25,000. All I did was cut the
50 to 25
in half.
And why was that?
Because everyone said the salary was too high. So all I did was just reduce it by half. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
But do you understand what I'm saying? It was already on the books. It was never going to stay to something ever. It was always going to drop down.
Absolutely.
And you're saying that predated you.
It does. Yes. We have the ordinance. If you like the ordinance, we can give it to you.
What is your relationship with the township trustees? Because again, there are two different entities here.
Correct.
How many trustees are you dealing with the city of Dalton?
6.
6. How many are you dealing with Thornton Township?
4.
Okay. So do you have issues with the Thornton Township?
Actually, I don't. It might be one person that might not want to agree with things there, but everybody else is on board. I have no issue like I do in Dalton.
So what you're saying, most of all this drama is really happening with the city of Dalton.
Correct.
The trustees on Thursday voted for a resolution asking the FBI to investigate. Do you support that to help clear you, or do you believe?
I remember that meeting because that was when she asked for everybody to be investigated, not just herself. Which, now that I'm looking at shit, I don't know if Shawty was too far off with that. Everybody should be thoroughly investigated shit, because I just don't understand how anybody would go on somebody's platform and give them content when this person is known to not be licensed to privately investigate anything. I just don't understand that part of it. And we have people in leadership that is using this person for their own personal, I don't know what. And I believe that it's not beneficial to the community, and it has completely destroyed things in Harvey, like obliterated it. And it's to the point where nobody feels safe anymore. So, say that to say, get back to what we was talking about, but go ahead, I'm sorry.
Their action was wrong.
So, as I stated, and I made a statement for the news, there is no subpoenas in my office and no one that we know of regarding the investigation. So
right now, what I'm saying is they passed a resolution calling for a federal investigation.
It is.
And so what I'm asking is, are you saying, hey, if I did nothing wrong, fine, y'all come and investigate, or do you believe the action of these trustees was improper?
I think they should investigate everybody. And that way you see who is clear.
Yeah.
Period. And I will talk to this more at my board meeting on Monday. Because if you're gonna do one, do everybody.
Well, first of all, if the federal authorities, I know how federal investigations work. Once they come in, they don't look at one person. They actually examine everything. We're chatting with the mayor of Dalton, Illinois, Tiffany Henyard. She joins me here in studio.
Now, y'all remember this little segment, right?
I asked you before we went to the break. I talked about again this charity and the Illinois Attorney General's office.
Now, before he started talking about her charity, I just wanted to let you guys know that my shit was called Your Favorite Survivor Tumor Awareness. The reason behind my organization was to help people get early detection for any type of tumors that they have, because tumors can be inside of your body, cancerous or non-cancerous. So that was the whole reason behind my organization. The word cancer got thrown around due to a certain person that used word salads to twist other people's words, right? So I have slipped and said that, what about my cancer? I did say that. I admitted wholeheartedly that I did say that. I will never apologize for saying that, because when the court sees my doctor notes, my medical affidavit that tells my full medical history during that time, when I was at that meeting, and remember, I was in radiation. So my tumor that came back had not been properly diagnosed as of yet. I didn't find out until August that the tumor came back non-cancerous. So again, I misspoke. I will never apologize for that, because what I went through, it was real. What I went through was trauma. To wake up from surgery and not be able to walk again, and for your whole body to have tremors going through it on your right side, I didn't know how to, I didn't know what to do. To learn how to walk all over again after each surgery. So 4 times? How can I fake that? It's neurological. What people don't understand is these last 2 days, when the barometric pressure's up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, guess who's feeling it the most? Your girl. Yeah. That's what I live with every fucking day. Then somebody say, well, she's not disabled. Well, why would they accept me in Shirley Ryan rehab if I was not disabled? How can I fake a neurological disorder? Like, I literally had surgery and I woke up fucked up. That's just the story of my fucking life. But let's continue about her cancer charity that she had for her mother. Her mother. It wasn't even hers. It was for her mother, to honor her mom. Beautiful thing. Mine was for people to get awareness. I had a whole walk planned and scheduled, and everything just was obliterated. But let's continue.
Office. This is from CBS affiliate there. Says that the accusation comes at the same time the Illinois Attorney General's office told Henyard's charity multiple times in recent months to stop improperly soliciting donations because it had not read.
And I just like to say, when I go to court, I have no issues with disclosing my Cash App, my Zelle, my business account, because you have to have a business bank account really to be verified as a legit business. So I do have a business bank account. I had a website. I was just about to repay to keep it in good standing through Illinois. It was due in August. So when someone looked me up and said, we're not going to recognize a business that that's not in good standing, my certificate was due at the end of August. So I didn't pay it. And so therefore it went out of good standing. So when he received that documentation, it was probably like the day or the next day when it happened. So of course it's going to show not in good standing, because why would I continue to pay for another year when the business has been destroyed? But let's continue on to this cancer charity.
District with the state as required by law. And you said that's not your charity. Correct. Okay. So were you ever, so show the video here, 'cause I'm trying to understand this here. So this is a video of you marching with the charity. So what is this?
I ain't had none of that.
What they're not telling you is we literally walked to Springfield to create a bill to help anybody that suffered from cancer, whether it's the village of Dalton, Thornton Township, and then I increased it to the state of Illinois. And that bill will help people by giving them $10,000. And that's a bill that we actually are initiating, and we're still working on it. When I went through the Republican states, the Republican areas, we didn't have any issue. Everybody was on board because everybody is suffering from cancer, or know someone that passed or is actually going through it. So that was the whole purpose of the walk, to basically bring awareness and bring people together. That's what the whole purpose of it is.
But if you had, so there were folks with signs saying Tiffany Henyard Cares Foundation. Who was that?
What do you mean? It's everybody. Everybody was there.
No. What I'm saying is,
What do you mean? It's everybody. You're saying, lady, whose charity is it? Your favorite survivor tumor awareness was Vivian Allen's. That was my charity. I had a tumor. I was trying to bring awareness to everybody. My charity, again, was not a cancer organization. It was for tumor awareness. It's in the title. If you look it up through the IRS, you'll see that I've been incorporated for some years, going on 3 years for that charity. Again, dissolved now because it's tarnished, toxic, but let's continue.
what is the Tiffany Henyard Cares Foundation? You said it's not affiliated with you at all.
Correct.
Well, what is it?
So someone made up a foundation. They named it.
Wait a minute. This sounds so stupid. It's called Tiffany Henyard Cares. You're on multiple videos saying, my Tiffany Henyard Cares Cancer Charity Foundation. You have talked about this so many times to us, the residents. But go off, sis.
After me, and they like my work that I do in the community, and it's called Tiffany Henyard Cares. So we all went.
But they weren't registered. Have you contacted them and told them you can't use my name improperly?
Why would she do that? She knows every single person that was on that charity board. They did it in direction of what she told them to do. That's the reason why they got the $10,000 grant from the township, as well as the $17,500 that they used for hoodies and sweatshirts for the people who had the signs up that said Tiffany Cares, that she don't know who they are, but they love her so much. Go off, sis.
Well, my lawyer's handling a lot of that stuff, so all I can tell you is that I'm not the one on anything. That's the only thing I can tell you right now. So I'm just trying to answer to the.
So you're saying there's a foundation that's not registered, but it has nothing to do with you.
Correct. That's true.
Okay.
That's
so you're
true.
not aware of any of the work that they've done, money that they've raised, anything along those lines.
Correct.
Okay. Again, going back to your trustees, they have talked about travel. So let's speak about that. When you're traveling, are you traveling on behalf of the city of Dalton or Thornton Township?
It depends. It depends on what it is. So if I'm going to Recon, Recon is a big platform for economic development where people go from all over. It's the largest in the nation, and everybody go to basically promote their plot of land. So you want to bring Starbucks to town. You want to bring, for instance, Maswell, the Trump Center. Mm-hmm. So things like that is what we go for. And then our job is to bring those things back, work on a plan. It might not happen this year. It might happen 2 years out plan. And that's what people don't understand. They think it should happen right now. You went to this conference. What did you do? Right now, you could be working on a deal, and come the next term, the next mayor or the next trustee or whoever will benefit from it. That's how it works.
Do you have policies in your city as it relates to travel, as it relates to flying first class, what types of hotels to stay in to minimize expenses for the city?
Well, we have a budget. So as long as it's in the budget, you can basically go to any conference. Any conference you choose.
No, I understand the budget, but so for instance, I've covered City Hall, covered county government, where they establish, where they say like,
yeah, I remember the $6.8 million for Dalton and the $15 million for Thornton Township that never deposited into either account. But go off, sis.
For instance, City of New Orleans has a policy that city officials don't fly first class.
Okay.
Do you have that?
We do not.
Do you believe you should have a policy? Because again, the critics are that you're flying first class, that you're staying in Four-Season hotels, high dollar hotels, having what they call extravagant dinners, and those are your critics. Are you as a city official, in order to make sure that you'll be on reproach, looking at establishing a city policy in terms of how money is spent when traveling?
This is the way I feel about it. People will talk about anybody because they're not doing the work. They only talk about the people that's at the top, the ones that are doing the work. They telling you about travel. I'm in your studio right now talking about travel. What we should be talking about is the $15 million I bought back to my community.
No, I understand that.
No, I know, but I'm pointing it out. But we arguing over travel.
No. But the reality is, this is a conversation that members of Congress have to deal with, that mayors, city council members, county commissioners. Yeah. As I said, I've covered Fort Worth City Council, Travis County Commissioners Court. Have covered city council in Dallas, and this is one of the things that people often look to. They look at in terms of public officials, being proper use of taxpayer dollars. And one of the areas, this happened with Kwame Kilpatrick when he was mayor of Detroit. He was highly criticized for the use of the city's credit card and how he was traveling. And so what I'm saying is, if you have those critics, we're not talking about a large city. We're not talking about a massive budget. And so do you believe it's proper to have a city standard that applies to you and all trustees and city employees that says, sure, you can fly, but you fly economy, not first class. And then if you stay in hotels, you don't necessarily stay in Four Seasons or a hotel like that. There are Hyatt, Marin, or whatever. And so because of the criticism, do you believe in creating that type of travel policy?
I sure do.
And will you do that?
Yes.
Okay. One of the things that also, going back to your critics of your trustees, they're alleging financial improprieties. When it comes to documents, they say that you won't turn documents over. When it comes to your city's budget, how is that handled? Is there a city treasurer?
Hey, real quick, before I let this go on, y'all think he ever watched Lori Lightfoot report? Like, do you think that he actually took the time to actually watch that investigative report that she put out there for the public twice? Not once, but twice. I don't know if he ever watched it, but go off, bro, because you checking her, but not because you asking questions that you did not research. Because you should have really gave her the business. But go off, Roland.
Is there a city auditor? Normal operation in the city, there are people who handle those different things. And so when you're a trustee, they can make those requests and those documents are produced.
That's called functional staffing. What Dalton had was not there. He had dysfunctional staffing, and that was done with intent. Understand the difference. It was done with intent.
How does it work in Dalton?
Exactly what you just said. Every document we produce, every statement we give them. They sued us. That's another lawsuit they sued us for. And guess what? We won. Because that's why I'm trying to explain to everybody.
25-0.
They just saying stuff. There's no facts to it.
I don't know if she said that on here, but I believe she did. But I just want y'all to know that she was never 25-0. Who was the 25? Was she counting each trustee on each lawsuit as one, even though it was all jointly together? Does that equal 25? I wonder how math went with for that, because it had to make sense in her logic for her to really think that she was up 25. So I wonder how many people in her head was on that lawsuit that she saw when she said, I'm up 25-0. Let's continue. Go off, sis.
We go to court. We prove to the courts that we're doing our job, which is providing them with documentation. Once we give the documentation, guess what? We win our lawsuit.
No, y'all don't.
And we've been giving it to them through email. It's in everybody's email.
No,
I've showed that in videos. I've showed that at board meetings. And I've showed people that, hey, they said they didn't get it. They get it every single month. All the documents.
But for the people who don't know, explain the process though.
Okay.
You got mayor, you got trustees.
Right.
Who are the city employees who that's their job? So do you have a city treasurer?
We have a finance director, we have a CPA, which is our accountants, yes, and we have auditors. We have all of it.
So the finance director should have the financial records for all transactions with the city.
Yes.
And this is about the time when she quit.
That's my point. Through email. And we showed that. We proved it in court. Once again, we won in court.
No,
We
y'all
won. They said that, but then we showed y'all that they was lying by producing an email showing we gave them every document they needed.
No, y'all
But they
didn't.
go and they put on this show for the world and then want to sit here and criticize people by saying she's doing wrong. I'm not doing wrong.
You did.
I'm
You did,
proving it
sis.
every single time I win a court case. Again, 25-0.
No,
They won not one
I knew
court
it was
case.
coming. Didn't I say I know she gonna say it at some point? She was not 25-0. Who is them 25 to her 0? Or was it she really had it in reverse? Word salad. That's probably, you know, I mean, people misspeak. You gotta look at shit like that. So it was not 25-0, sis. Well, keep going.
But they keep saying, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. That's not true because we go to court for everything they claim I'm doing. But every time we go to court, I win. If I'm doing wrong, why am I steady winning? That can't be true. That's the narrative they putting out. I have two powerful seats. One, I'm the mayor. The other, I'm the supervisor. I am over 190,000 votes, whether people like it or not.
And she did not get that in return when it was time to go back to them polls, though. 87%. Boop, boop. She didn't even make it on the ballot for township. But go off, sis.
That can sway an election, no matter what people say. I am an influencer. They only go out the people that.
She is. Now, I don't remember her saying this, but that's a very valid point. Tiffany Henyard would have been great by now if she would have just started off as an influencer. If she would have just been doing the things that she's doing in the community and building her way up that way. Her becoming a mayor with an influencer mentality is what ruined Dalton. And now we have leadership in there that I'm praying will do the right thing and bring Dalton back. That's my prayers. We'll see.
Influence people's minds. And right now I have the youth. I got everybody that loves Tiffany.
Remember, she's always say, I am the youth. Girl, you 40. You the youth where? Where? You're not the youth.
Henyard, because I've been doing it since day one, since I was a trustee, where I did two terms, and I came out of every election victorious.
She did win 2 terms, and she won as mayor. With our help, she really did. Coming out of COVID, we really didn't have that many choices. So her, Ronnie, and current Mayor Rogers. So those were the 3 options that we had. And her vision was so bold and beautiful that we all wanted her to be victorious because her goal was to bridge the communities together from South Holland to Calumet City to Harvey, all of our neighboring cities, Riverdale, bridge the communities together. That was a really good and powerful thing that she was trying to build. But go out, sis.
Election. So now, because they can't beat me, they got to do this smear campaign to convince public opinion that I'm bad for them.
We didn't smear her. We just gave you guys facts on what was going on at that time. And everything that we gave you guys began to look into and prove it yourself. That report that Lori Lightfoot did, I don't think that she would put her license on the line for a 15-minute of fame to help Dalton. I think that what Lori Lightfoot did was something that was done with integrity. And it was to the best of the investigations with the findings that she can actually gather together, because a lot of the stuff that she was requesting was not provided. So that was just a broad synopsis of what Dalton's finance looked when she did that. So kudos to you, Lori, because you know how she treated you when you was at that meeting, girl.
She said 2 elections. You were first elected in 2021?
No, 2013 was my first election for trustee. I was a trustee. I sat where they are.
Right.
That's why I know the law.
Council.
Yes.
Elected mayor 2021.
I did
Yes.
not.
Terms 4 years.
Yes.
I
Okay.
didn't like her.
Plans of running for re-election.
I'm running for both my seats, and I'm gonna win them.
So, and when is the election for Thornton Township?
2025.
So those elections are at the same time.
They are.
They are.
And folks who don't know, the township covers how many different
17 cities.
17 cities
Which
in
is
the
governed by all men, which I am over. So you already see what all the problems I have.
What you mean? Of the 16 towns in a township,
Correct.
16 have male mayors. You don't have female.
Correct.
Okay. Go to my panel with questions. Larry, you're first.
Yeah, sure. Mayor, thank you for providing, answers.
All right. So that was that, guys, right? So y'all see how Roland really I don't know what the fuck he was doing, but he called himself being a journalist with integrity, right? But that's not what I saw. What I saw was fluff. I saw him allowing Tiffany Henyard to basically lead that interview. He did no research beforehand. Not only that, if y'all go back to that original interview on his page, you will see that the residents were in the chats very heavily instructing Roland Martin about the mistruths that Ms. Henyard was telling. And they did nothing but just glance over us. They ignored us because they did not want to do their journalistic duties. And then when Mayor Jason House got on there, he didn't even let the man speak. He just went in on him and talked to him as if everything that Tiffany Henyard told him was the truth. And it was just, not good journalists interviewing, in my opinion, because you didn't ask her any of the tough questions. So it's funny, you mad at VAB because of that when you showed the world that day how horrible your journalist skills are. But go off, bro. I want y'all to see this, though. This is the last thing I want to show y'all. I don't know if y'all saw this on my page, but this is what I sent to the courts because this is very valuable to explain what's happening with me right now. I found this on somebody else's page, Shay, Ellen's Late Night Crew, the real Late Night Crew. Thank you, Shay, for providing this video. You don't know that I ripped it, but I did. But I just want y'all to listen to the confession that this man gives about how he tore me down. I did not know this existed. It was not easy listening to it. That's why I've been literally reserved and away, is because I just don't know how to react to some things that I've been seeing. I don't know how to respond. So when I don't know how to respond, I remove myself because I don't want to have to be going to being taken there. So let me play this. Listen to understand.
Because it's going to be so different for me. Just exploiting the story and telling it, making money for myself and acting like I was a friend and trying to bribe them with food, fat ass. You trying to bribe old people oppressed with some bread and some meat. And because that.
What are you talking about right here?
Mad at me. One person is mad at me because essentially, as they acknowledge today, I'm not an activist. When I showed up, the community gravitated to me because I was boots on the ground and not just exploiting the story and telling it, making money for myself and acting like I was a friend and trying to bribe them with food, fat ass.
He was talking about Shay at that moment. He's going to twist his analogies up because he'll be talking about me and then he'll be talking about Shay and then he'll be talking about me again. So y'all got to keep up with what he's saying in his word salad.
Who, me?
Mm-hmm.
Who did I try to bribe with?
He's telling how he runs Shay's.
So weaponize their alleged illness against an elected representative.
That was me. the alleged illness against the elected representative. Remember, he just said that. Weaponized her alleged illness against an elected representative.
Representative is actually somebody that was exaggerating what they went through, and we exposed it. And now
he said, I was exaggerating what I went through, and he exposed it. Continue, go off.
They got a gripe that they can't let go because now their hustle or side hustle is no longer profitable.
Now, he said, I have a gripe with him that I can't let go because now my hustle or so-called hustle has been destroyed. Who else would he be talking about? Who else would he be mentioning? Who else would have that unique situation? But go off, bro.
Working for them, and people have moved back, but it wasn't because of me, it was before me, and I just kind of sort of was the confirmation of such of things.
So you heard him say that it wasn't after him, it was before him, and he just got the sort of confirmation. Now, what he's saying is this had already been in the atmosphere. Remember, when the food pantry manager had already posted that negative post about my illness, right? That's what really started it, right? Then I had other people in the community that were friends of mine that were going around saying that, oh, you're using your illness for sympathy. Oh, you're using your illness for sympathy. So on top of them doing all of this, I want y'all to understand that my life for the last year or so has been people telling me that I'm using my illness for sympathy. So even when I was sick going through radiation, that is what I was faced with. That is what I've been going through. It's because people are saying that I'm using my illness for sympathy. People are saying that I was never sick. My illness was exaggerated. How the fuck can you exaggerate a fucking tumor that's almost 80% of your brain? How the fuck can you exaggerate 2 brain infections? How can you exaggerate removal of partial forehead because of the 2nd brain infection? How can you exaggerate a craniotomy? How can you exaggerate being on antibiotics through IV, through a pig line for months? The months I've spent in the hospitals. I'm exaggerating this? I'm exaggerating waking up disabled. I'm exaggerating not being able to see for months, not being able to hear, not being able to walk, having to relearn how to fucking do everyday things over again. How the fuck can you exaggerate? I carry a walker because I just want sympathy? Are you fucking kidding me? But go off, bro.
One person is mad at me. One person is mad at me. I was with some bread and some meat. Because I had to get out these last couple of days because it's going to be so different for me. Just exploiting the story and telling it, making money for myself and acting like I was a friend and trying to bribe them with food, fat ass. You trying to bribe whole people
just one more time
with some bread and some meat. And because that
what was you talking about right here?
Mad at me. One person is mad at me because essentially, as they acknowledge today, I'm not an activist. When I showed up, the community gravitated to me because I was boots on the ground and not just exploiting their story.
He was not an activist when he showed up. Y'all heard him say that though, right? I just want to throw that out there as well. I was not an activist when I showed up. I was boots on the ground. Okay, go off, bro.
Acting like I was a friend and trying to bribe them with food, fat ass. You try who, me?
Yes.
Who did I try to bribe with?
He's telling how he runs shades.
So weaponize their alleged illness against an elected representative is actually somebody that was exaggerating what they went.
I weaponized my alleged illness against an elected representative. The course is gonna have so much fun with this video because you need to explain why you said that. Because I really think that you are behind those threats that I went and took to the FBI during that time of my alleged illness when I was going through my radiation, when I was getting all of those death threats and stuff. You don't understand how serious this is to me and my family, and how I've already taken this video and given it to the FBI as well. Because this is ridiculous. It's pure slander. It's pure hate. It's pure harassment. And I just need you guys to see the type of stuff that goes on this stupid internet that gets people in way more trouble than they need to be, all because they want to have clicks and views. I was not in on any of the Tiffany Henyard's money. So I don't even know what the big frenzy is about. Oh, the Tiffany Henyard money dried up and blah, blah, this. Y'all got to do this. I don't do videos to try and just make a bag, check a bag. That's not my content level. My content level is I'm glad that you guys are here to listen to me. I'm going to show you guys things this way, that way, and the other. And I'm grateful that you guys are still following me. That's what I'm trying to do. And let me just get real with y'all. I'm going to take things easier until this trial is over, because you'll never understand what it felt like reading those hateful, fucking hurtful comments, right? What it did to my soul. Like, y'all don't even realize, like, some of the things that the people were saying, it resonated wrong in my spirits. Some days I just felt like a real life Carrie. Y'all remember that movie Carrie? I just watched that the other day too. Really good movie to go and rewatch, because it's a lot of things that I picked up on recently that I didn't pick up on when I was a kid, or that I remembered. Let me say that, because my memory is shot. So I remember the concept of the movie, but a lot of the parts in the movie, rewatching it was enjoyable. I'll say that. But it seemed like everybody in this area, local area that I fought with, was just using me. That's how I feel. They made a whole fucking joke out of me. Like, that's what I feel. And that will never sit right in my spirit. Like, never sit right in my spirit, because I thank the Lord that I have patience, right? For understanding and for perfect timing. Because when this campaign kicks off, I don't need no fake news going around, lying. We don't need no fraudulent investigators. We don't need the noise. We just need truth. We need receipts. And we need Harvey reimagined, right? And before I go, let me end with this. Let me just say this. I gave up making bracelets because I felt like what he did when he made that last video was just like he put toxic chemicals on what I was creating and just destroyed everything. And he just made it so ugly, right? And I just that's why I dissolved it. I don't want to have nothing to do with that right now. So I still am selling my remaining bracelets. They $5 or less. Just want y'all to know that. A portion of the proceeds, they are going to be used to fund future bracelet bead making classes. I am putting together an instructional class for free for the community. So anybody that do purchase any bracelet that I have that's already made, they are $5 or less. If you do purchase, I will only meet people at the police station and or shipping. Shipping is a flat rate. It is $15. So if you want to order something and you need it shipped, you must send me the $15 flat rate shipping as well. you can give me a call. My number is still the same, 773-245-3740. I have not changed my business number, but with the new business comes a new number, right? Because what I don't want to do is allow people to come in and mix things up. I want to keep each organization separate. So, like I said, a portion of the proceeds will go to me and making sure that I have the materials and everything needed to help for this community class. It probably will be early, end of this year, early next year, because I'm still I have a lot of stuff to gather together. Like I said, I have to get through these 2 civil trials first. So my order, and then I have a civil case that's coming after that order, because I have to get my money back from what I spent on the walk, and just my pain and suffering and harassment that I've received. It's uncalled for, and I have to make sure that I get justice, right? Because I didn't deserve that. So once I do all of that, when I get my whatever proceeds from that claim, I'm going to put half of that back into the supplies as well. So this is something that I want to do for the community, because I always want to find a way to give back, right? Now I can help give back. I can empower the youth in the community. The best thing about it is they get to earn things the honest way, right? They don't have to stand on the platform and ask for things, for projects that most people know will never get completed, right? They can actually make a tangible product, and through their hard work and their creativity, be able to sell it off to someone that will enjoy their very unique handmade bracelet, right? That's the reason why I did what I've been doing, is because I love making jewelry. I don't do it because I'm trying to get rich off of it. I do it because I love it. It's fun. I haven't made bracelets in a long time, y'all. My anxiety. It's just hard to imagine somebody taking something that you've done and just putting a nasty spin on it. It's like what they said on the Cosby Show, giving you a brand new steak dinner with all the good trimmings, then putting it on the garbage can lid. I ain't finna eat that shit. You can have it. I start something new. So that's what I'm doing. So I'll be hosting small business workshops in the future, because, you know, one thing I know how to do is, if nothing else, help start an organization. Make sure it's legit. And I'm going to help teach that, because when I start my brand new organization, I'll have to go through the process that I'll have to share others with. So why not document my journey and be able to show others how to get that pathway to starting a small business if they need it, right? This isn't a side hustle. This is my purpose. This, ladies and gentlemen, is my strength and survival. So again, Monday meeting 6-ish, like always. I'm gonna leave my comments on. I got a moderator, and then hopefully I'll have another moderator by tomorrow. So until then, pray for Harvey, because if we don't reimagine Harvey for ourselves, then nobody will, right? We need to reimagine a better Harvey. We need to reimagine a better administration in Harvey. And we need to reimagine that Kobe Chapman will be able to take on that role, that leadership role. We'll be able to carry the community. We'll be transparent with the community. We'll give the community the details up front. If you are 165 million in the hole, you should be the most transparent mayor there is, because it is going to be financially challenging for you to get out of that hole. Why not tell people where you are getting the money from and putting it in? Because then it would make more sense, right? But you can't even do that. No financials in 6 years. 6 years? Come on now. It's just, let me make one thing clear. I just want to say this also. I will no longer, I think I said it at the beginning, no longer be live streaming anything at Thornton Township. None of their meetings. I will not be live streaming any meetings in Dalton. No longer. I will sometimes go online and use other people's streams just to see what's going on in the community. But I will not be in those rooms. Right now, I just, I'm taking a break, a mental break that is really needed, because being in the same room with certain people that I never, ever want to see again, it's not working for me. You know, I can take a lot, but I will never, ever allow myself to feel like that again. And the way that I've been made to feel these past few months has just been awful. This type of cyber harassment that I've been going through, y'all, they need to be studied. That dude needs to be studied. Like, they need to go strap him down and ask him for his secrets. Because I pray that the judges and the attorneys that's listening, that's at the trial on the day, y'all are paying attention. Because the thing about it is, you know what the last judge, I heard a judge say before? Cyber harassment normally is just something you can just exit off the screen and go away from. So most judges view cyber bullying as childish behavior and something that you can just ignore, right? But the type of harassment that I am going to present in my case is nothing thereof. And the damage can become irreversible when you don't fight back. The constant defamation, the constant shaming, the constant name calling, and for what? For what? Because I read back through a lot of stuff. I read through a lot of our individual text messages with me and this said person. I realized I really had forged a friendship with him, shared real moments. And he actually took all of that and twisted that and made that video that we just watched. And he used a lot of my stuff just to get views on a monetized channel. Y'all, this... So you call me broke, talk about me, you say I don't have views, but then you monetize the videos, the content that you use about me for your own financial gains. Like my illness, my disability, where I live, that should have never been made into a revolving topic. Like, it's just like on some fraudulent, fake PI channel. Like, that's so offensive. But then you have other people sharing it that have thousands and thousands of views. Not like he have 15,000 viewers and they have double his viewers. So imagine how many times my shit has been on all type of content creators' channels. Even the ones that might be on my side, but it's still, they have to show the video in order to react to it, in order to get him in line, right? And it's still in thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of households because this one person is very viral. So it's offensive. I take it personally. Telling y'all, I lost a lot of money from my walk because that walk was mine. I worked hard on it. That cut deep. This too shall pass. I pray that this judge listens, not just to hear, but to understand, and that the right verdict is made for my peace and for my sanity. And I'm just going to say, y'all, I am still standing, still working, still building strength and survival.